I'm Doug McRae, the City of London Manager for Transportation Planning and Design. Welcome to the third public meeting for the Adelaide Street Canadian Pacific Railway Grade Separation Planning Study. The project team has been working on the feedback that has been received, and tonight are presenting the preliminary design for the project. The first public meeting was held in June 2016, which introduced the study and presented some of the initial planning work for the proposed grade separation. The second public meeting was held in December 2016 and centered around a community workshop to obtain input on some of the streetscape design elements. The input we received enabled the project team to prioritize the streetscape design aspects that were important to the community. Since then, the project team has been completing technical investigations and has had an ongoing dialogue with CP Rail to develop a design that reflects transportation needs, property impacts, community interests, culture, and public input. Adelaide Street is a key part of the Woodfield, Old East Village, and Piccadilly neighborhoods. It's also an important transportation corridor that accommodates over 25,000 vehicles every day. Unfortunately, the road is blocked numerous times throughout the day by rail traffic, which leads to cut-through traffic through adjacent neighborhoods. As a result, this project is the city's top priority for new grade separations in London. One of the most exciting aspects of the project is the opportunity to incorporate streetscape design elements. The community input received at the previous workshop has guided the development of these aspects of the project. Cindy Rowan is part of the project consulting team that is working on creating an exciting streetscape for the project.
Hi, I'm Cindy Rowan. I'm a landscape architect and urban designer with WSP, and we've had some very informative and close consultation with the community and with stakeholders and with city staff, and the new design really reflects this process. So starting near Central Avenue, this is where the road starts to drop down towards the new bridge. The grade separation is slight at this point, but we will have some small retaining walls that really frame that intersection at Central Avenue and create a bit of a gateway as you proceed down towards the new bridge.
Most importantly, the project team is recommending an underpass, meaning the road will go underneath the rail line.
So the primary goals of the streetscape design for Adelaide are really to integrate the new bridge and the grade separation into the community in a way that minimizes impacts to buildings, property, and businesses, and really knits itself seamlessly into the heritage character of the communities that surround it. We really want to look at creating very pedestrian-friendly streetscapes and create that connection between the various communities that exist today, but through the new grade separation, so that it doesn't feel like a barrier, but it feels like a part of the connectivity of the neighborhoods that's there now.
Raised sidewalks up to 3 meters wide will be provided within the underpass.
So it's really going to feel as though you're just walking straight along the way you are now, below the bridge. And the new sidewalks will have a variety of paving treatments and railings and lighting and architectural detailing that's really going to make this area feel like a distinct place with important character.
And 1.5 meter wide shoulders on either side of Adelaide Street will provide space for cyclists. The existing utilities, such as hydro and the municipal services, water mains, sewers, will be relocated outside of the underpass to an underground utility corridor along the front of McMahon Park. This area will also be used for traffic management purposes during the construction. A temporary detour will follow the same path along the east side of the site. The project provides an opportunity to improve the existing intersections along Adelaide Street. The jog in the Central Avenue alignment will be connected, and it will become a fully functional intersection with left turn lanes. Bicycle lanes will also be provided along Central Avenue. The alignment of Pall Mall and McMahon Streets will remain the same. The pedestrian signalized crossing will be shifted slightly north to McMahon Street, where it'll fit better with the new entrance into the park. The Pall Mall intersection will need to become a right-in, right-out intersection, meaning no left turns are permitted due to sightline constraints in the area of the underpass. The proposed design offers benefits to McMahon Park users. Adelaide Street will be lowered and will become less visible from the park.
It creates a bit of extra separation between the park and the road and the traffic. So the park might become a little bit quieter, a bit nicer views because you'll be able to see directly into the neighborhoods without having traffic in the foreground.
Additional landscape design elements proposed in this area will add to the visual buffer.
The bridge is actually quite narrow, so passing under the bridge is not going to be like a dark area. It's going to be bright, it will be illuminated at night, and really a nice place to walk. So we want to look at the local architectural character. So one of the things that's really been inspiring to us is McMahon Gate, which is currently the entrance to McMahon Park, and has beautiful architectural detailing and stonework and materials, and is surrounded by heritage buildings and things that really create the identity of the neighborhood. Well, one of the things that's been important to us is to integrate those features into the architecture of the bridge, of the walls, of the abutments, and of all the various architectural features. Because you're entering the park at the corner, we're proposing to reconstruct that gateway basically at the corner so that it frames the new entrance of the park in the same way that it framed the old entrance of the park. So really retaining and continuing to celebrate that heritage feature.
Following this public meeting, the project team will take the feedback received back and refine the preliminary design concept. All of this will be wrapped up into a final report, which will be presented to Civic Works Committee and City Council. The design and property acquisition will start, followed by construction of the project in the 3 to 5 year time frame.
We've worked very closely with community members, with stakeholders, with city staff, and various other interested parties. Everything that we've talked to you about today is really a product of all of that effort and all of those great ideas.
Thank you very much for your interest in this project. If you have any further questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact the project team.